Across to Anup Wadhawan, the former Commerce Secretary. He is with us. Mr. Wadhawan, many thanks for joining us. You were in office when the negotiations were being thrashed out. Mr. Wadhawan, to start with, the fact that it's finally done, your first reaction?
Shereen, it's certainly a great achievement. These are very, very challenging negotiations. There was huge ambition on both sides, particularly, on the British side for various products which were sensitive for India. So it's a huge achievement. And of course, details are few, but if we are finding that 99% of our exports are going to be covered, that's very good news for our labor-intensive sectors, textiles, leather products, gems and jewelry. So it's a great achievement. And then, of course, those social security contributions for 3 years being, excused is a great achievement. Hopefully that will lead up subsequently to a totalization agreement, which will resolve that issue completely. Services are included significantly. That, again, I think is to India's advantage. Even, to the extent we open our market to British service providers, it involves huge employment opportunities for our professionals. And those can be opportunities which will, be global. So I think because ultimately, British firms in the services sector will have to depend on Indian professionals while providing services in India or anywhere else in the world. So I think it's a great achievement, and there's a lot of, skepticism and concern whether we would be able to overcome certain stumbling blocks, including those carbon taxes. But I'm very delighted to note that the negotiation has concluded successfully. Let's await the details. I'm sure there'll be more good news when those details come.
Yes, Mr. Wadhawan, we are, of course, awaiting the details, but this is, of course, preliminary information that's coming in courtesy the tweets that the Prime Minister and the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer have put out. Of course, we will have to pore over the fine print, so to speak. But I know you're short on time, Mr. Wadhawan, so before I let you go, as the immediate next steps and as the immediate impact, what do you believe Indian industry stands to gain or stands to benefit? You very comprehensively explained to us the impact and the implications on the services side. But from a manufacturing perspective, especially in the world that we live in today, as this reorganization of global supply chains takes place, what do you see as the immediate impact, the net gain for Indian industry?
Yeah, I think the Indian industry on the manufacturing side will gain even before the services sector, benefits from this agreement. All these duties are going to come down to zero on 99% of our exports. That means a huge, commercial advantage, because UK duties on the average are low, but they have tariff peaks, in textiles and leather products and other products of interest for our industry. So there immediately there'll be a 5 to 10%, perhaps even slightly higher advantage our exporters will immediately have. And there'll be a competitive advantage over, rival exporters, whether it is Vietnam or Southeast Asian countries or China. So Indian manufacturing will see the impact very, very quickly. And I think they stand to gain a lot from it.
Well, stand to benefit both on the manufacturing as well as the services side. Mr. Wadhawan, we will, of course, check back in with you as the details emerge. But we do appreciate you joining us on the fly with a very quick reaction to something that has been long anticipated, much awaited, and it is now finally done. That is the India-UK Free Trade Agreement. Anand Iyer, Director General